All right, so we realized we were starting to make a video series of this Ecotec swap over the winter, and things didn't really go to plan. So we didn't make as many videos as we wanted to. So we decided to kind of do like a big summary of how the rest of the winter went and how it's been going so far because it is now August.
But it's done.
Yes. We've put what, like two,
Two or
three
3,000
thousand
miles on it. Yeah.
miles on the car. Engine's running great. It wasn't always that way. You want to talk about the beginning?
Yeah. Um, it took us a while to kind of figure out the last couple of wires to get it to start. There were a couple pink switched ground wires, switched
Yeah.
power wires that we missed when hooking everything else up. Then we got it to start finally on your birthday.
Yeah, we had a pretty big birthday party, maybe like 20 or so family and friends, and it was open headers. We didn't have the exhaust finished up yet, so we got the engine to start, and you can hear it resonate through the entire house, and everyone just cheering, and it was really cool. It was
Yeah.
special that we got to start on my birthday, and that was 1 week before our track day, so kind of needed it to start anyways.
Yeah. And then it
But
idled.
yeah,
Okay. And we tried to start tuning it ourselves,
yep,
which
we
we
got it
got
enough.
somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, we made it to the track and drove
Yeah.
around the racetrack.
Yeah.
It was running like shit, honestly. We bought a wideband O2 sensor and our AFRs were just awful, running way too lean, and it was just we were stuck. So we decided to pay ZZP, which is they tune Cobalt SSs and other Ecotechs out here in Michigan, to tune our car for us. Well, come to find out that it wasn't just a tuning problem. We kind of knew what we were doing. We were dealing with some feeling issues.
Yeah. We had like 20 psi fuel pressure.
And you just have 58.
Yeah. So, um, the tuner ZZP helped us to figure out that we had an issue, and then we had to figure out where it was coming from. Which, after a lot of trial and error, and the car now having a very expensive adjustable fuel regulator, um, that wasn't the issue, but it has one now. We found out that there was a hose in the fuel tank that connects the fuel pump to the actual feed line that had come off. So it just wasn't holding pressure at all.
Yeah, it was like mostly loose, but still on enough to push what, like the 20 psi we were
Yeah.
seeing. We were going kind of crazy.
Yeah.
So after we got that fixed, we let ZZP finish tuning the car, and it runs great. We've done 2 more track days since then at Waterford Hills. Ran a couple PBs. Uh, Honestly, just driving the car, we took it down to North Carolina and beat on it up through the mountains, and just a grand time. I mean, the torque on this thing is great. It sounds good. We end up keeping the ISR exhaust, which is what I had on before, and we have a header from 1320 Performance from a Slingshot, and my dad helped us just wire up like a mid pipe for it. Um, yeah, and we did a new hood. I think it's kind of based off of the Modelo Drive fiberglass hood. I don't know if it's exactly that or not. Who's to say? But painted it orange. Getting that to stick was pretty rough. So we have hood pins here, which we can go ahead and open. We don't have a hood prop yet either, but she's in there. It was cleaner before we were chasing wires
Yeah.
and had to kind of dig things up, but it's looking pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got this?
Yep.
So, yeah, this is what it looks like. I mean, I wiped it down like a week ago, but it's not the cleanest engine bay. But for any of you that have seen Millie before, this engine bay is spectacular. A couple of things we have noticed with issues is we have some pretty stiff motor mounts. So some bolts come loose. Right in here, the ECM bolt comes loose. We had a motor mount bolt come loose.
Yeah. A couple of the exhaust bolts
You
came
know,
loose.
but thankfully we were able to catch them all before bad things happened. I mean, a couple of like minor things is the intake was hitting the filters hitting the hood.
We had to fix the cam solenoid actuators.
Oh yeah, we just have that all taped down because it was hitting right in there.
Yep. So that is the harness is depinned.
Yeah.
and just soldered in there.
I thought I read on Ecotec Miata's website that NB Miatas needed their hood cut and NAs were fine, but turns out it was the opposite. And with this fiberglass hood and just it really isn't really working the way we wanted it to. So this works for now.
Yep.
We added a bunch of heat shield around some wires. There's a fuel line going through here. Not the cleanest or best wiring job. It's our first time doing something like this, so we want to go back through and redo it and tuck all this away. So like all of these wires here are all just random stuff that we were pulling out and testing to see if what our issue was trying to get it to start. And once it did start, we just kind of tucked them away.
Yeah, but they'll be much easier now to kind of hide some stuff and get rid of what we really don't need now that it actually runs.
Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and set the phone down and we can talk about some of the issues that we had while doing this. Let's see. Yeah. So our biggest, like I guess my biggest issue, other than trying to get the engine to start, was the what's it called? Internal clutch slave cylinder. Yeah. That was probably our biggest part. You want to talk a little bit on that?
Yeah. That honestly sucked. It we had never dealt with an internal clutch slave slash hydraulic throwout bearing before. So when it's kind of like any other hydraulic piece, you go, okay, well, let's bench bleed it and then put it in the car and you can bleed it and it'll be fine. Well, if you've never done it before, it's not quite as self-explanatory as a brake master cylinder or a clutch master. So it took us hours and hours and hours to finally figure out, and days, yeah,
maybe a week or two,
figure out the proper way to get it bled. Because of course the consequence of getting it wrong is pulling the motor out of the car. So we wanted to be as sure as we could that we did it the right way.
Oh yeah, speaking of pulling the motor out of the car, we had to do that.
Oh yeah,
I forgot. This has been so long that I forgot some of the issues because we're just having so much fun this summer. No AC and no power steering does suck because before I swapped this engine in, I did have it, and that was really fun. Now I'm suffering a little because it's been a pretty hot summer.
Yeah.
But back to pulling the engine out of the car. We had the engine in the car, and I come out to grab a tool or something the next day, and I look underneath the car, and there's just oil.
It's like a puddle.
Yeah, we had filled it, and we checked, and like, okay, everything looks good. And the next day, there's oil underneath the car.
Yeah. So in the process of assembling the motor, I had broken a brass oil pressure sensor adapter fitting in the motor, and it had fallen into an oil galley. So we had to take apart the bottom end of the motor to get it out.
Hold on. Wasn't there another reason we had to pull the engine out? Wasn't our oil pan adapter off a little bit too? And we had to send it back?
No, not yet.
Oh my gosh, there were so many things that happened. Yes, but I was talking about when we pulled the engine back out of the car. Oh, yeah. You're saying, okay. Yep, so many things happened. So yeah, we had to send back our oil pan adapter because it was just a little bit off.
Yep.
And then, yeah, when we pulled the engine out, you had lost it in the oil galleys. But what was our...
So originally what had happened, before we put the engine in at all, I had broken the adapter off.
Yep.
So we had pulled apart the bottom of the motor, taken the lower crankcase off, and in the process put aftermarket lower crank bolts in.
Yes.
Because the factory ones are not reusable, and aftermarket ones are reusable, stronger, and cheaper. So we did those. And the oil pan adapter, it turns out, is not designed to work with anything other than the OEM crank bolts. So they were hitting the oil pan adapter.
Thus, having just enough of a gap to push all of our oil out multiple times. That was probably Al's most frustrating thing with the car. I think that was the most mad I've seen you those few days.
I mean, between us and our friends, we probably had that oil pan on and off 10 times.
Yeah, it was pretty rough. Andrew, Nick.
Yep.
Yeah, they...
Yeah.
Whew. Like they also were pretty mad about it.
Yeah.
It was just like on and off so many times and oil everywhere. And
Until we finally figured out that the issue was the crank bolts not letting it seal.
yep, because we went and
Um,
picked up what different RTV. We tried like no RTV. We tried new gaskets. I mean, we
yep.
tried both RTV and a gasket.
Yep.
I don't even know what we ended up doing at this point, just because.
I think we still. I don't even remember.
But yeah, so we're getting there. It's pretty good. Like over the next winter, and we have time and money. I would like to clean up the wires in the back, and
Yep.
really that's it. I'm
Yeah.
pretty happy with it.
Maybe look into putting power steering in it.
Oh yeah, so mostly uses Garage, who thanks by the way, we've used his videos to kind of help us do our swap. Did an electric power steering from some sort of Volvo.
Volvo. Yep.
I haven't really looked into it too much, but it's pretty cool because you can adjust how much power you want, like right on the fly. I think he has like a dial right
Yeah.
up in the driver.
It's basically just a PWM signal,
Yep.
so it's pretty easy. From what I know, it's not easy or cheap to install.
No, I think so. K Miata or not K Miata. What do they call them?
K-Power.
K-Power Industries that do like the K swaps. They have a power steering kit, an electric power steering kit.
Yep.
It's like $1,500. I think the Volvo one isn't too much cheaper.
I don't think so.
Yeah. So it might not be this winter because this car needs some loving this time. I don't even know what we're gonna do to it this winter. We have a couple of options. She's pretty oily. Burns oil pretty bad, but also some rust. So although it's a gorgeous car, just he's ready to put some money and time into it since Millie's been kind of stealing the show lately. And from one of the last videos we did, I don't think we ever got to mention that we finally put some racing seats in. Notice how they don't match because we've had to do a little switcheroo with each other. But yeah, the interiors are looking pretty good too. Getting some orange accents and the shift knob from Mike Wiku or Knob Daddy, and Al has one too. So yeah, we're getting pretty good. We're getting pretty happy with these cars. I'm just gonna drive them all fall. Hopefully, when it cools off, just like I said, having no AC is pretty rough.
Yeah.
Especially when you're already roasting in a car.
Yeah.
In harnesses. So, yeah, I think that's all I had really share.
Yeah.
I think when I throw some clips of the car and driving around.
Yeah.
But yeah.
You have to show them your new wheels.
Oh yeah. So our buddy Corey sold me his wheels. They are SBC Super Bright Chrome RPF ones. I need to get center caps for them. I used to own bronze RPF ones, and I got Flat Out Graphics. I think they're out of Ohio. Had made me some center caps, and I just need to order them again and get some chrome ones. So now I finally have a dedicated track set and a dedicated street set. I got Continental Extreme Contact Sports. Al also has Continental Extreme Contact Sports. He's running, ooh, don't tell me, RT660s? Ooh, oh no, you're running something different this time.
Yeah.
Wait. No, what are they?
They are Nankang CRS V2s.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
I'm running RT660s for the first time. At first, I was a little scared because they don't chirp as much as RS4s do, or at least to me, before they kind of give out. And it was a really, really hot day at Waterford with brand new tires. So I'm excited to kind of test them out some more and get used to them because they are way stickier. So, but yeah, I need to trade out my wheels. My poor raised powder coated wheels are getting pretty nasty. Whoops. All right. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye.